Say it loud, I game and I'm proud. That's what this Dell Alienware 17 Model R3 says about you. Styled like a starship and just about as heavy, this big, smooth, strong notebook is highly weaponized. But it's not only for gamers. Folks like video editors, engineers, and even architects who need graphic horsepower with modest portability will love this alien monster.
Does this notebook make me look tiny? Hi, I'm Sherlyn Lowe with LaptopMag.com. And I'm going to assume you have money to spend because nothing in this class of hyperbooks is inexpensive. But this giant Alienware does deliver huge value. So let's go aboard and see what she's got.
Alienware hates 90-degree angles, so they cut a lot of corners in a good way. The 17's case aesthetic owes a lot to Star Trek designers Michael and Denise Okuda. Even before you load your first title, this Alienware warship looks like it'll go where no gamer has gone before and blast the blankety-blank out of whatever it finds there. This alien has attitude, from the container geometry to the various and variable illuminations.
Who are you?
You can think of the R3 as a somewhat portable home theater. The 4K display is that good.
I'm no one.
The screen is brighter, and the color range is better than any other ship in the Hyper Notebook fleet. 17.3 inches of ultra-high def begs you to spend as much time watching movies as you do in-game. But you'll want to tweak the settings differently for each. When you reach forward for your gaming mouse, punch it up to Ultra and you'll see fast action at 1920 by 1080. It's good, but will never match those mega laptops and desktop towers that put a full-size GPU card in board. The warp core of Alienware's Starship is the Intel Core i7. Ours had the premium 6820 HK version. Ludicrous speed, that's all I'm saying. Our config coupled that CPU with 16 gigs of RAM, reading off a 512 gig solid-state drive and referencing to a separate 1TB hard drive. SSD is a must for gaming or your load time goes into the black hole. It's a rockin' combo. Beat for raw speed only by the Origin Eon 17 SLX among these weird clamshell desktop machines. Some competing laptops try to stuff full-size high-performance graphics cards under the hood, and all hypernotebooks run hot to begin with. Alienware exiles the card, in our case an NVIDIA 980 Ti, to its own shuttlecraft, paired through a special port on the back. The pod without a card lists for $300. Cards run about $200 to $1,300. Neatly tethered to our 17-inch R3, the combo blasted us north of 60 frames per second gaming at full HD res. Fueling the spaceship is a dynamically managed battery. You can game for maybe 4 hours at the absolute most, more likely half of that for a graphics-heavy game. That's not bad for the class, but it also shows why we think of these as not really portables. Though it runs quieter than most, the cooling fans do kick up a fuss when the battery is charging. And it does run hot, even with the outboard GPU. Another reason why you won't really be putting it anywhere near your lap. These keys punch deep, a full millimeter more travel than most others. Feels more like an old-school desktop office keyboard. And you may find you're not quite as fast as you'd be on others. The strike depth also limits the obligatory colored light show under the deck. Still, it's pretty. Whoa, dude, the touchpad lights up. But whether that comes off as garish or tasteful is up to you. To manage your color action, you work in the Alien FX lighting tool. And yes, you can turn it off. The pad itself is superb, smooth, wide, roomy, accurate, and fast. Having a dedicated mouse button is good. Having two separate ones for left-right is huge. It's a large computer. It's got room for ports. And Alienware has put a bunch on there. 3 USB 3.0 ports, 1 USB Type-C with Thunderbolt 3 to drive multiple displays, HDMI 2.0, an SD card slot, separate audio in and out jacks, and the time-honored Ethernet port. Sounds come blasting out the front from decent drivers by the reputable Klipsch company. They give you what you'd expect from a game experience. Very arcade-like audio. But it's not optimum for bathing in film soundtracks. Frankly, the rig sounds honky. But if you're cabled to the graphics amp anyway, you might as well patch in outboard-powered speakers. See, not really a portable. A 2-megapixel webcam makes nice images. Well, maybe less than nice if your face is lit only by kitschy colors of the game you're playing. But in civilized lighting, you get a flattering selfie. A pair of sensitive mics captures your gamer nook vibe in stereo. The pickup is so good, you'll want to be careful what's going on off camera.
Yes, everything about the spaceship screams, look at me. But that'll be part of why you buy it, right? And yeah, it's a notebook, but really it's more like a pop-up desktop replacement.
If you amp up the Alienware 17 by patching to its optional outboard graphics card, you'll get a kick-butt gaming box that performs like a tower. And, like a tower, this book is configurable. Choose your CPU, RAM, drives, and graphics. Alienware was early into this hyperbook space. Now it's playing a bit of catch-up. But the package, especially this gorgeous display, is sound and solid, like a good ship should be. We have more to say about this beast. May I suggest you click over to our full review?
For LaptopMag.com, I'm Sherlyn Lowe. And yes, I'm a gamer, so if you have any questions, just tweet me at Sherlyn Lowe.